It's recording. I'll put that in.
I don't think it got it.
I think it did.
No, I don't
think it did. Well, hey friends and neighbors, this is Chuck out at Sheridan Park Farms. Welcome back to the farm. She's alive. I've had some folks ask about her. Somebody said they were missing you.
I don't see why.
I don't either. So we set up at a market, and she ended up going. I usually go. She ended up going the other day, and my neighbor said, "We met your wife. She's very nice." And I'm like, "Well, that's her public persona. It's not the way she is in private." But anyway, so today we've got a customer that has bought a couple of live pigs that they won't take into the processor. We're working on thinning the herd down just a little bit. We had at one time like 10 or 12 brood sows, and we're just trying to thin it down. Feed prices are going up. Pigs are hard on the land, especially out on the pastures, and where we're doing more beef cattle, we're trying not to beat the pastures up, so we need to decrease the amount of pressure just in terms of pigs. So these two, the one's what, 3? The big red girl?
Yep.
She's 3. The other little black pig, how old is she?
She's about 2.
She's about 2. So, you know, it's time for them to go. We sold 3 last week. These 2, like I said, are going to a customer. We're going to get them loaded on the trailer. We'll probably take them to the processor and drop them off tonight. We'll see how it goes. And also I want to go up and show you the raking barn. We're going to talk a little bit about our chickens, and a lot of controversy about chicken feed and eggs and all that kind of stuff. We'll talk a little bit about that. So hang out with us for a little bit. Let's load some pigs, and we'll talk about some chickens.
Piggies.
Piggies. So, little quick update. These are the piglets that were born back on Christmas Eve, that 18-degree weather that we built the farrowing area for with the lights and the lamps and the tarps and the cattle panels and all that kind of stuff. So we ended up with 11, if y'all remember. We had 11 that made it out of the brooder, and we've lost 1 since. So we're at 10. But overall, very pleased with the results. There are some really good looking piglets in here. And Sandra has picked out, where's your girl at?
Well, she's behind you.
She's behind me?
Right there, she's in the back next to the gate.
Next to the gate?
Right here, to your right.
This one here?
Yep.
So Sandra has picked this one out, this little girl right here. She's a beast, and we're probably going to keep her as a breeder. And we'll talk about all that here in just a few minutes. But yeah, we'll probably keep her as a little bit of a breeder.
Her and this one beside her.
And the one beside her?
This one right here, yep. And them 2.
Those 2 right there?
Yep.
Yeah. Good looking little girls.
They
Reuben.
are monsters.
Reuben likes to play with them. Not a
Reuben.
So these are half Duroc, actually 3/4 Duroc, 1/4 Berkshire. And this is what we like on these piglets. Nice, chunky little piglets, and they are about the size we want them at this age. So everybody looks good. We're culling some of our herd. We're trying to trim down to, see, we want to get, what did we decide? We're going to let all, other than these 2 and the other, we sold 3 others last week. There's 5 left. We're going to let them farrow, right?
Yes,
4
one of them already has.
One of them already has. That's the little red piglets. So the little red piglets, their mamas farrowed. So we got 4 more that have been exposed. We're going to let them farrow, and then we're probably going to cull those.
Yep.
And we're going to keep 4 new females out for breeders. So we're really trimming back on our breeding herd. And there's a number of different reasons for that, but primarily, we've had more pigs here than we really could stand to feed.
Yeah, we had more than we could manage.
Yeah, so it's been a little rough. Feed prices, feed prices are going up. We're getting more into cattle now, and the pigs are kind of hard on the ground.
They are.
They're real hard on the ground, and we don't want them kind of chewing up our pasture ground. So we're just gonna reduce the size of the herd a little bit. That's basically what we're doing. So what we've got here, this is one of our older sows. She's about 3 years old, and then this is one that was a little bit younger. The primary reason that we're letting her go, the darker colored one, was the last time she farrowed, she only had 4. She only weaned 4 off, so she's going to go. This girl here, a little bit bigger. She's probably, how much you think she weighs?
She's
6?
6,
5.5?
650, 650.
Yeah, about 650. And then this other girl over here, she's probably 4-ish or something like
455.
that. So customer has bought these on the hoof. She's got an appointment at a local processor. They have her cut sheets. All we're going to do is we're going to put these animals on the trailer and take them down to the butcher. But we've got them in our we call this the cattle barn. Big long alleyway here. We got a gate back here in the back. We can keep them from getting out. And then right here, the gate that Saunder's standing next to, we can sweep that open. We'll let them into the front, and then we'll just push them on the trailer from there. We got a little work to do out here in the front and get it ready. So we're gonna get these, get the gates and everything set up.
I guess I'll just stand here and hold this.
No, it's fine. We can do it. I ain't getting out of it. All right, girls. Sophie,
Watch out.
you need to watch out. Can you hold this one for a second then? All right, girls,
Sophie.
come on. Here, peek, 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 peek.
Sophie, you're in a bad spot.
She's in a bad spot. We'll see if we can get a little feed excitement here. I don't think this camera right here caught it, but I've got a GoPro in there. They don't load any easier than that. That's a freak thing right there to put them on the trailer that quick. But I think they're real feed
They're
motivated.
used to it.
Yeah, they're used to it.
These
yeah.
girls, they've been off and on a trailer many times.
Yeah, that's true. They've been off and on the trailer a couple times. So that was it. That's pretty easy. So we went into the raking barn, and I was going to film in there a little bit, but it is just so dark right now that you can't see anything. So I want to give a little update on the racking barn and what's going on with it. So for the most part, we've been pretty happy with it. There's a couple of problems that we've discovered that I think is a management issue. Kind of. First off, this front right here, this is the only area where any light gets into that building. And so we've had a real problem with the chickens congregating right there, right inside the opening. And so we've got this real deep pack of manure. And we've added extra wood chips. We've tried stirring the wood chips up, but we still continue to get this deep pack of manure right there. They're just not scratching it up. Now back in the back corners, where it's a little bit darker and they're just kind of, they go back there and they roam a little bit during the day, and under the rabbits, they're scratching it up and it's doing fine. So that's been a problem. So we should have put more wood chips in there to begin with. We think that was the first thing that we should have done. And then second, I think this would do better in like a hoop house or a high tunnel or something like that, where there's plenty of light coming in and those animals don't tend to congregate in just one spot. So that's kind of the update on the racking barn. Another thing I want to talk about real quick is this thing going around about feed and chickens not laying because of the feed that they're getting and that kind of stuff. And I don't know if that's true or not. I don't buy commercial feed. from a big box store like Tractor Supply or Rural King or anything like that. We buy from a local mill. We got, how many eggs we get today? 5 and a half, 6 dozen?
About 60.
We got about 5 dozen today. Another thing, time of year. You know, this time of year, whenever there's not as much sunlight, we do get decrease in egg production. That's very, very normal for chickens to decrease the amount of eggs that they're putting out in the winter months. It's just the way it is. We have added a light. We've got a light on a 12-volt battery with a solar charger and a charge controller and all that kind of stuff hooked up in here. Comes on about 3 o'clock in the morning, stays on about 8 o'clock. So they're getting a couple extra hours a day of light early in the morning. And once we put that on, after a couple days, that did stimulate them to lay a little bit more. So, you know, I don't know what the deal is with the feed. I don't know if, you know, they're putting something in it that's causing the chickens not to lay. But this time of year, we normally see egg production go down. But then again, it could be. Who knows? I know that we buy feed from a local mill. We've not had any issues other than just decreased production because of daylight and the cold weather. All right, we got them loaded up. I told Sonner that's got to be like a world record on getting these pigs loaded. Hunger is a great motivator on these animals. They were fed this morning, but they just, you know, they were ready to go up on there. So worked out really good. Just got a message back from the customer. We're going to take them first thing in the morning. The processor that they're using is about, what is it, Sonder, 5 miles down the road? I mean, it's not even, it's close. So we're going to run these down there for her in the morning. The chickens, you know, like I say, egg production is doing fine. We've actually so we have an incubator. I need to do a video on this. We have an incubator in the house. It's actually a piece of furniture almost, ain't it? Right now, there are 192 eggs that we've got in the incubator. We've had some folks that have been interested in buying chicks, so we're going to try selling a few chicks here in the spring. You know, chickens are a great animal to have. With the eggs situation thing that's going on and egg prices, I think a lot of folks are probably going to be buying some chickens this year and starting to raise their own birds so they can have their own eggs. And you know, we advocate for that. I believe you should be self-sustainable and growing your own food and knowing where your food comes from. And you know, if you can keep 3 or 4 chickens around your place, you know, they're easy to manage. You get some eggs and throw your kitchen scraps out and all that kind of good stuff that goes along with chickens. They're very entertaining, absolutely very entertaining. But anyway, I think that's going to do it. Like we always say, please keep us in your prayers. May God bless you and your families, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks.